Yo, what is going on, Comfy Gang? It's your boy Comfy Neat here. So first of all, I just wanted to clear up a little bit of a misunderstanding I might have created with my last video. The title was actually supposed to be clickbait, and the question mark at the end of like Neat Ascension was supposed to indicate that it was kind of like up in the air as to whether I was actually ascended or not, because in the main video, I was supposed to basically allude to the fact that I'm currently in my neat den of fucking like 5+ years now. Like I've honestly don't even lost track of time, so it might be even longer. But instead, because I was fucking pretty hammered, I completely forgot to include that, which is like the most important part. But yeah, like everything that happened in that video that I talked about basically happened last year. And the time period that I worked was from like May to August. So yeah, I guess this whole series was supposed to basically just be me talking about what happened in between that time that I was an actual wagee, and what my experience of it was like. And yeah, I guess currently I am a neat. I'm sorry to all the people who were congratulating me. I feel kind of fucking bad right now. Yeah, I'm a lazy fucking neat. Like I don't know what else to say at this point. I'm a fucking neat gang for life. Neat gang represent. Neat gang till the day I motherfucking die. Hold on, fuck. Neat gang for life. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah. Sorry for my my regardedness. Let me just get to the main point of the video now. All right, guys. So you guys are probably wondering like why I'm wearing a hat right now, and it's not because I'm like trying to look cool or anything, but it's just to show you guys that as a leader of the Neat Gang, I'm really about that life. You know what I'm saying? Come on, pull up. Sorry, but anyways, yeah. In reality, it's for the sake of immersion in this video, where basically like what I'm wearing right now was my work uniform minus the jacket. Like if you look at my my outfit real quickly, got like the semi-formal like black dress pants, black shirt, and black hat. All black everything. Once you go black, you never go back type of deal. But anyways, yeah, like this is my work uniform. And the reason for the hat is because due to like food and safety regulations, all like food service people are required to wear, I guess, an outfit that prevents like hair from getting in food. And initially I was supposed to like wear like a fishnet, like the type that grannies at the cafeteria wear. But obviously like I wouldn't really mind at the end of the day, but I also knew like given how my family is, like I definitely would not hear the end of it. Like they're definitely like snapping pictures of me and shit and like teasing me about it. And obviously like I don't know, man, like I just given the option, like I'm obviously gonna wear something else if I have the chance. So I asked if I could wear anything else, and she was like, well, as long as it covers your hair and prevents your hair from getting in the food, then it should be fine. I asked if I could wear like a hat or like a baseball cap, and she's like, as long as it's all black and unbranded, then anything goes really. This one actually has like an Adidas logo, but it's black and you can't really see it unless you look really close. So yeah, that's basically the explanation for this outfit that I'm wearing right now. The jacket, I don't have like my work apron with me, obviously, but this jacket is a good substitute because it's actually the exact same color as the work apron that I was wearing at work. So plus I also kind of feel like I'm like having a little bit of fever right now and I feel kind of cold. So this is just to like keep me warm and help me sweat it out basically. So anyways, this video is basically going to be me talking about what it was like working at this job that I had last year. And it's going to be broken up into like 3 arcs. And the first arc, which is going to begin now, is basically, I guess I'm going to call it the moving in / adjustment phase. So yeah, how's the move-in process? Well, it actually was fairly smooth because, I know a lot of you guys were saying how it was kind of messed up that she increased my rent and, and that she was basically almost like milking me. I saw some stuff on like Reddit, I guess, on the Neat subreddit. But it definitely did suck for sure. But at the same time, she did help me out in the sense that she left a lot of her furniture there So basically I didn't have to pack anything. I didn't have to bring a mattress. I didn't have to bring bed frame. I didn't have to bring a lot of like utensils and kitchen stuff. I only had to bring like a few frying pans and like pots and maybe like a few dishes, but she actually did leave me a lot of things. And not only that, she left her pantry, like, I guess obviously like part of it was because she didn't really want to pack and bring all that shit to her new place, and she just wanted to like buy new shit anyway, because you know how women are sometimes with like the interior decorating stuff, or fair enough, so it's like, yeah, like she just left all that shit there. And but at the same time, it really helped me out for sure. I got to save probably hundreds of dollars on like the food stuff alone and like all the things she left. So got to take what I can get, and it's definitely came appreciated. So yeah, I basically moved. All I had to really pack was my clothes, yeah, some like a few kitchen things, some food items, and yeah, like work stuff for like my work uniform stuff, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, the move-in was pretty smooth. My parents just basically just helped drive me over and spent one last weekend with me, and took me out to eat at I guess a bunch of nice places right before my diet completely devolved into fucking wage slop every single fucking day, where it just fucking destroyed my fucking bowels and turned me into like the soy boy that you see now. I'm just kidding, obviously, but I've always been a fucking soy boy. But regardless, yeah, like, yeah, there's that. So the move-in was pretty smooth. So eventually, I get there over the weekend, and work is in like 2 days. So after like relaxing, I show up to my first day at work. Obviously, I'm pretty nervous, but everyone is super nice to me. I'm pretty sure like all my family at this point can kind of tell that they either think that I have like Asperger's or like something else is completely wrong with me. I don't know what exactly, but they kind of know that I'm like not exactly socially right, and probably can tell that I'm socially anxious and everything. So everyone's like super accommodating, and the job on the first day, they basically just show me the ropes, and they teach me how to make this one food item. I'm not going to say what exactly for doxing reasons, but yeah, it basically involved me like just following orders and doing a bunch of different things. And making this food item was actually a lot harder than expected, because if you guys don't already know by now, even though I'm not exactly like the most masculine guy, I was born with the hand-eye coordination of a fucking Paleolithic Homo neanderthalis fucking cave-dwelling troglodyte. So like when I try and like manipulate shit with my hands, they're always like very jerky. I can't fucking like make food well without fucking everything up. So obviously that was like a big learning curve for me. But besides that, it was interesting. Obviously like I came into this job, as I said before, with a very like positive mindset. I binged a lot of like videos about NEETs. Well, not binge because there weren't that many, but I watched over and over again like these videos of like these two NEETs who I guess sort of like went from NEET to like becoming like full-time like wage slaves. And I tried to like hype myself up basically. So I came into this with like a really positive mindset that I was going to enjoy things, and I guess it did sort of pay off, because that coupled with like the novelty of everything, even though like the tasks themselves were at the end of the day like very menial and very like fucking like just, I don't know, very fucking repetitive, because I was still learning and I was still kind of bad at it. There was this sort of like upwards like trajectory for me to like shoot towards, which is like me basically learning to not be shit. So because of that, I sort of did feel like fulfilled in a way. I didn't feel like I was wasting my time, because while I was learning like quote unquote new skills to put on my quote unquote resume, I was sort of like buying into like the pro like wagey like I guess propaganda or beliefs, depending on which angle you look at it from. And yeah, like so I was learning how to like make this item. And the job obviously was not easy, because keep in mind that coming into this, I was basically like the laziest ass fucking NEET. I was in my chair like like 8 to like 9 hours a day, probably longer to be honest, either playing video or watching anime, lying on my bed watching anime, or fucking, guitar from time to time when I was feeling productive, but basically just doing jack shit, no physical exertion ever since quitting the MMA class and like getting injured again with my back. Like my physical conditioning was basically fucking shot. So I was basically just like coming to this straight out the frying pan into the fire. And yeah, it was definitely physically very taxing because I was expected to be on my feet almost 8 hours a day. There's only like 15 minutes break for lunch. And then apart from that, yeah, I was expected just to like make this food item, and then, also help out with some other tasks that were eventually taught and assigned to me over like the course of like the first 3 weeks that I worked there, which is basically like this first arc of me getting a job. But yeah, like aside from that, yeah, in spite of all the difficulties of getting my first job, I didn't notice it because, yeah, like I said before, I'm getting redundant, but because of like the novelty of everything and the just the fact that I was learning new skills. And over the course of the next few weeks, I gradually got faster at making this one specific food item, where before I could probably only manage to make maybe 3 trays of it for the entire day, because I was always constantly fucking things up. Given that this is a food place, things have to be presentable, right? So if it's too ugly, if there's not enough of this garnish on it, or if it's not like, processed correctly, like dipped correctly, whatever, like then it just fucks everything up, and then basically have to like toss it in the trash. Like I definitely fucked some shit up at the start and probably like wasted a lot of money, but everyone was like super understanding because obviously like, they know I'm a clumsy motherfucker, and I guess I got like the family buff, the nepotism buff. So, they're fairly patient with me. And over the course of the next few weeks, I actually did manage to get better at making this food item. And with that, I went from like 3 trays to 4 trays, and then 5 trays, and then 6 trays, and then maybe up to even like 8 trays a day. And then, sorting them and packing them and everything. So, I did feel that sort of like almost like sense of pride in like learning a new skill, as well as like a sense of fulfillment, because the one thing I complained about my fear of getting a job is that just like sense of stagnation of being stuck in a dead-end job. But I didn't feel that at the start. But yeah, so that was definitely a positive. So at that point, I was, to be honest, enjoying myself. And not only that, but receiving my first paycheck. Like some people were saying in the comment section and elsewhere that like, you're gonna enjoy getting your first pay stub. This wasn't entirely the case. Like I wasn't really necessarily impressed by like the amount of money I was getting, because like, obviously like it was way more than I've ever earned in my entire life, way more than I did helping my aunt like part-time, whether like work or whatever, like under the table. But at the same time, like, it was like over $1,000 bi-weekly, sometimes close to 1,300 after taxes, depending on tips, because the way our shop worked is that like the tips were like evenly distributed among all the employees. So if it was like busy, like for example during like a Mother's Day weekend, for example, then everybody got like a massive like extra bonus. So yeah, so it was nice in that sense. But the thing is that given that she increased my rent so much, like I'm not like the type of guy who can like trick myself that easily into like being happy with seeing the number, when I know deep down that the moment I get the check, I immediately have to transfer like $750 to my dad, because the agreement was, my dad would pay the rent at the start of the month, and then I would pay him back as I got my paycheck back. So immediately, $750 vanishes. And then like on top of that, like another 40 for the internet and utilities and everything. So basically 800 gone. So what I'm left with is around 300 to 400, which is still way more than I was earning under my aunt. But then you have to take into account the fact that I have to pay for food, I have to pay for like amenities, like the fucking like Kleenex whenever grocery shopping. So another important thing to note that I kind of forgot to mention is that I didn't bring my car, because if I brought my car, then not only would I have to pay for gas, but also fucking insurance. And for those of you who don't know about like car insurance, that shit definitely goes pretty fucking crazy, depending on the city or like area of the city that you're in. And yeah, that was just not an option for me. But even not paying like car insurance, I was, after like food and everything, I was down to 100, probably like 100 left over to like either save on or spend on like extra stuff. And so obviously that was not very quote unquote cash money. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a little bit good about myself, like being quote unquote, I felt independent, like earning my own money. Like it did fill me with a, I guess like a sense of pride in a way. I know it's like an ego thing, I guess, but it kind of did feel nice not having to depend on my parents for once, even if that meant me, not being able to save anything or have anything to show for myself as I feared. There was that sort of like small reward for it psychologically. So that definitely felt good. So overall, I would say for this first part of the journey, I would say it was a learning experience, and I definitely enjoyed myself. And yeah, so anyways, with that in mind, let me get on to the second arc. All right, guys. So the second arc basically begins maybe around like 3 weeks in from when I first started working. And during this time, my cousin, who's like the owner and stuff, I think maybe either out of, maybe like wanting to like help me like experience new things, but also because, she had trust issues with previous employees, which I mentioned in the previous video. Basically, she offered me a position at like a different satellite store, where the job would basically entail me basically commuting to the store during the morning, setting up shop right before work started, so right before opening. So like, getting the display items out and putting them on the display rack, getting the sign and putting it out on the street, like the we're open now sign, and then sweeping the floor right before opening, making sure there's everything's on point. The cash register is on, the shop music is playing, the shop phone is working to get like Uber orders and shit, and the security camera is working well enough. So yeah, all that stuff, I would do that. And yeah, so she offered me this job, and I agreed to it because, well, part of me wanted to help her out, obviously, to like reciprocate everything she was doing for me, but also because because I wanted to try something new and see what it was like working retail. So yeah, lo and behold, after like the third week, I get to work. My schedule changes from where I get to work in the morning, and I guess I make shit for like an hour, but after that, I have to make sure everything's put away, because then I get picked up by this driver, I guess, who I guess was responsible for like picking up groceries or like buying shit for her, like just some like driver that she has like on command. And yeah, he like basically picks me up and then brings me there, and then yeah, everything's good, I guess. And how was this job as like my first quote unquote retail job now? Well, it was interesting because, to be honest, it did help my social skills. I'm not gonna say it turned me into a total fucking normie where I could just be like gung-ho with like all the fucking like turbo giga normies out there and relate to them over like shit I've probably never experienced or never fucking cared about in the first place. But at the same time, it at least improved my small talk to the point where like I could make small talk with normies at the cashier without like feeling as awkward, as anxious. It is sort of like a exposure desensitization therapy kind of thing. So yeah, there's that. And the shop itself, however, was pretty dead. Like it was in a, I guess, quote unquote, more like bougie area, but at the same time, there wasn't as much like traffic. So because of that, overall, like I basically didn't really get to see didn't really get to like, I guess, I didn't really have to like look after that many customers. On average, I'd say it was around 2 to 3 per day, which makes you question why the fuck would you open a shop where you're only two to three people buy shit a day. And the reason for that was because even though like the shop wasn't very busy, occasionally you would get these customers that would come in and just fucking like order like a fuck ton of things, some like Eastern European like oil magnates, like natural gas magnates slash fucking Eastern European mob bosses, fucking level 100 mob boss's wife would come in and like just fucking like almost like empty the stock sometimes. So yeah, there is that. So yeah, aside from like opening shop, I would have to take care of orders. If any came up on Uber or DoorDash, then I would take care of those. But yeah, most of it was me just like sitting there and twiddling my thumbs. And she let me either be on my phone, and also she said that I could either like bring something to do with me as long as it wasn't like too intrusive. So I asked if I could like bring video games, and she was like, yeah. So because of that, I ended up getting the meme deck for the sole purpose of working in that shop. Plus, I think I just wanted an excuse to get one because of like emulation purposes and everything. But yeah, anyways, yeah, so far you guys are probably thinking, holy fuck, dude, like you've hit the fucking jackpot. Like, is this not basically just like the coveted neat to night security pipeline dream job, except there's literally no chance of you getting like robbed by some fucking like cracked out or just some fucking thug? So is that not the dream job? Plus you're just surrounded by food, and like everyone's like probably really nice because they tend to be like higher SES, so they're all about like maintaining experiences and everything. And yeah, that is true. But because I'm a very, very stupid and ungrateful motherfucker, or maybe it's just because, it's par for the course of working any sort of job. I think the boredom started to get to me. Like, even though I got to like bring my video games with me, at the same time, like the feeling that I wasn't at home, I wasn't comfortable, that I had to always be on edge somewhat for the door to open, and then like the little chime to like ring signifying a customer comes in. Like, that was always at the back of my mind, to the point where like it almost gives me like a PTSD thinking about it. Well, not really, but kinda. But yeah, so yeah, just this feeling of uncomfiness of having to like sit there and like be on anticipation of waiting for a customer, like sort of got to me. Plus, even though like I was playing video games, I've said this before, like the guitar thing, even though I'm like shit at it, was kind of important for me. And also like things like anime, like obviously like I couldn't watch anime because I would obviously have to like have like my ears open. I couldn't wear earbuds. So like I could basically only play video games with the volume off. So because of that, at the back of my mind, I start to feel this sensation that I was almost wasting time, or that I was bored, and that I was sort of like held captive against my will. And that, I even started to miss like the old kitchen job where, it was physically taxing and definitely difficult at times. Because despite all that, and keep in mind that I'm retarded, and I'm most definitely was going to regret this later on. But yeah, I just felt bored. And not only that, but after work, after closing up shop, the commute back was fucking hell. Because I'm probably doxing myself by saying this, but certain cities in Canada are known for their really fucking horrendous traffic. And this driver would pick me up probably be like 5 minutes after 5, which was when my work ended. And but from there, like from the shop back to my place, because it was rush hour, the commute would take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. And on certain days it would take 2 hours, which is just completely fucked. Like, I would just be stuck in traffic, having to make small talk with the driver so things wouldn't get awkward. And I didn't hate the guy. Obviously, like, he was nice enough. Kind of smelled funny, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I probably stink like shit too, so I can't really complain about it. He probably thought I smelled fucking stinky as well. So anyways, it was mutual. So the commute definitely sucked ass. And the bad part about the commute is that after that, like, given that I'm a wagey, you really start to value your time, I guess, and time wasted. Whereas being a NEET, you definitely feel this sense of freedom of getting to do whatever you want with your time. I know a lot of NEETs there feel like they feel like time is vanishing, everything for them, and that time's slipping away, which I made a video about that before. But trust me, as a wagey, that's when you'll start to notice the hours really fly by. So this 2 hours that I was fucking stuck in traffic for really like peeved me to the point where it's like, okay, I'd rather like break my back fucking working if it meant I could skip that commute entirely and just be at home, be at peace at home, and be comfy, and like do all that shit. So yeah, it definitely sucked. And plus as like a responsible adult, I had to make my own food and do the laundry and do all the little things that the little chores that you're responsible for as a quote unquote functioning member of society. So that also further took off time to the point where during this period, I just felt fucking, I started to kind of hate it, because it felt like, even though like I could do whatever I wanted to shop, it didn't feel like the same type of free time that I could have in the comfort of my own home. And during this period of time, my family were really nice, and they would invite me out sometimes. So I obviously enjoyed that too. And, because I was like stressed out from like all this waging, whenever like they would invite me out to a restaurant, everybody would order drinks and order like kind of like pricey food, especially relative to my wages. So obviously, like, I didn't want to like, part of it is like a like an Asian like saving face thing where you don't want to be like the guy who like makes everybody like pity you, and like, so I just like ordered everything else. Plus I also like started like ordering like beers and drinks and shit, because at that point I was like, fuck it, like I'm so done with working, like I just want to fucking like chill and relax. So I sort of developed a little bit of like a drinking habit while I was being a wage cuck, and that's when it first started. And whenever like they'd invite me out, I would like get drinks and stuff. And obviously, whatever like little money I got to save up, completely went to that. Obviously, the choice was mine at the end of the day. I'm not like dissolving myself of that responsibility, but at the same time, like, you can't deny that when you're a wage cuck, there are definitely a lot of like psychological like stresses and forces that will cause you to act in certain ways, which I'll probably get into later in this video. But yeah, because of that, I was just spending my money, and overall, like the little free time that I had, I would just spend rotting playing video games, because apart from like my family inviting me out, it's not like I really had much of a social life or anything. And whatever I like as an adult, it's obviously like way harder to meet people than when you're like inside school and you're kind of like in class in proximity with people where you get to like meet them. Like, you're supposed to like get to know your coworkers, but at this point in time, like, I was alone in the shop, so I didn't really get to like socialize with anyone. The only one I really talked to like during the entire day was like the driver. So I guess there's that, but at the same time, it's like, he's busy, I'm too tired. It's not like I'm gonna get a chance to hang out with him anyway afterward, which is kind of weird. Maybe I'm just fucking socially retarded and I should have like invited him. But even then, it's like we don't really have that much in common apart from the fact that, I guess we work. And so there's that. And so this second arc basically lasted around 1 month. And during this time, like, it was okay at first, but I started to feel really bored at work. Like, I would play video games on my meme deck, but it just wouldn't hit the same as it would when I was at home, comfy, or in my neat den, or even better yet, if I were like still neat in my neat den. Like, it just didn't hit the same. I know like a lot of neats whose video I watched were saying like, oh, all of a sudden they could enjoy their hobbies, or like maybe like some people might enjoy like the whole like the risky aspect of like playing video games while on the job. It wasn't terrible because I still got to like go out and eat lunch, like buy lunch quickly, as long as like if I could like run to Timmy's, I know like the most fucking Canadian thing ever, like Tim Hortons, and like buy something to eat, then I could like bring it back and just like eat. But yeah, apart from that, because of how dead the shop was, like the boringness of it definitely got to me. And this is eventually going to come to bite me in the ass later when the third arc begins, because this is when shit would start to hit the fan, so to speak, psychologically. And this is when I would start to realize that how much I took for granted this basically like dream job, even if I was getting paid minimum wage. Anyways, I'm not going to get too much into it and save it all for the third arc. All right, guys, sorry about the change in outfit and possibly like the change in energy. Like, this video is being shot over like several days. So yeah, like if I sound like a little more subdued, it's because I guess my energy like, also fluctuates from time to time. So it is what it is, but I think for the purposes of this part of the video, it actually suits it because, well, I guess you're about to see. So anyways, I guess like the third part of this story happens because during the entire month that I was working at the retail job, my cousin was looking for a replacement for me. And that's because she said herself that my whole purpose there was to basically just hold the line until school officially ended, so she could look for someone either on break or in summer school nearby that area to like take my place basically and look after the shop for the entire summer. And yeah, the reason obviously is because like, given how far away I was from that satellite store, she personally like paid for my commute there, and which is the only way I could have worked there anyways, because even if she like upped my pay to $20 an hour, the amount of money that would have gone out of my paycheck just to pay for car insurance, just to pay for fuel and all the other associated costs with having a car in this city would have probably dropped my wages all the way back down to minimum wage anyway. And if I was on minimum wage, then I would literally be in the red just to live away from my parents. So it's like, you know what I mean? You know how it is, right? So, but in a way, I mean, I guess, yep, technically, she actually technically was giving me a raise to work at that store. It's just that all the money was like going towards my fucking commuting costs. So yeah, anyways, I end up going back to the the kitchen job that I initially had when I first started working there. And initially, I'm all excited because I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be exactly like how it was when I first got this job. I'm gonna feel that same sense of accomplishment, those same positive feelings that I felt when I first started working at this job. When I get there, I show up, I'm pretty tired because, well, I don't know, I just happen to be tired. I don't necessarily feel like going to work all the time, like as most people are bound to feel, right? So I'm sitting there doing my same menial task, making like my food item, and all of a sudden it starts to dawn on me that, wait a minute, something isn't right. Like, I'm not feeling like those positive feelings that I once had. All the novelty of it is suddenly gone, and it feels like I'm in the same place, like deja vu, you know what I'm saying? Except instead of like my neat room, it's now my work area. And not only that, but like this sense of like progression that I felt, the pride of, progressing and improving over time. I'm not feeling it anymore, because obviously like you can only get so good at doing like, I don't know, like making food items before it becomes almost physically impossible. Like it felt like I would have to put in like 500% more effort on my part just to get 2% more yield, to make 2% more items. And at a certain point, it's like, yeah, even if I tried to do that, I probably physically and psychologically couldn't sustain that. And slowly this sinking feeling starts to set in that, wait a minute, I'm not actually enjoying this. And slowly but surely, I start to realize that, wow, working a job is fucking ass. And yeah, that's when it finally dawns on me, after all the novelty of it is gone, all the little things that, were supposed to like keep me going, keep me enjoying this job, they suddenly don't hit the same anymore. And all of a sudden I realize, like, holy shit, like I'm stuck in a rut. I'm here. I'm literally, this might be my life for, for the next year, which is what I promised my parents initially. This might be the rest of my life. This is what it's like to actually work a job now that I've gotten over like the honeymoon period of working my first quote unquote McJob. And yeah, as the days progress, it slowly just gets more and more ass, to the point where, it starts to feel like fucking CIA, MK Ultra, deconditioning, breaking down of the mind, the fragmenting of the ego, subjecting me to untold fucking psychological torture. That's what it felt like. How a lot of people will tell NEETs or other mentally ill people to get a CBT. Well, guess what? Working the job, it felt like I was getting the most comprehensive 8-hour a day, highest quality CBT. By CBT, I obviously mean cock and ball torture. Just getting my balls twisted and fucking mangled and wrangled and fucking punched repeatedly until they're all bruised and bloody, inflated purple balloons. Getting my dick macerated by fucking Victorian era fucking torture contraptions, spiked torture contraptions, while getting flayed repeatedly until fucking shredded like fucking meat by the Spanish Inquisition and their fucking spiked 9 cattail fucking flails, whatever you fucking call those things that they fucking whip Jesus with. Yeah, man, I'm getting my dick injected by 5 different strains of the most potent viral fucking strains of Ebola, AIDS, whatever fucking diseases that cause your flesh to fucking dissolve. Getting fucking exposed to so much, getting my cock exposed to so much radiation that massive fucking tumors develop overnight and pop out of my dick like fucking popcorn and explode my genital areas. That's the level of CBT that I felt like I was exposed to while working this job as the weeks progressed. Obviously, am I being a little hyperbolic? Quite possibly, but jokes aside, the point is that, yeah, man, like this really did not feel great working this job as time passed. And so what exactly was so bad about it? Well, the biggest thing was just the sheer repetitiveness of it, because now that all the novelty was gone and, there was no more room for improvement for me, maybe because I'm retarded, maybe because I have man hands and I can't do shit fast, like I don't want to, play into gender stereotypes. And, I'm sure there are like men out there who could do it way faster than me, but it's just like, yeah, I have fucking troglodyte genetics, man. Like I can't fucking manipulate food and do the fucking salt-based sprinkle with the fucking Steph Curry from the half court accuracy, like every single time, so that none of the food is wasted. I have to take my time doing shit, just to make sure the product is good, which is what they emphasize anyway. But yeah, just me having to sit there stuck from a skills perspective, I reached my peak as a food producer in this particular like type of industry. And all I'm doing is doing the same exact 18 repetitive motions over and over again. Just fucking, dipping shit, fucking sprinkling shit, walking the exact same 7 paces, 7 steps over to put something in the heater to heat it up, and then wait a minute, have my little fucking 30-second break while waiting for it to heat before taking it out and then putting it back on the table and then getting this from this fridge and that fridge. It's the same exact fucking thing over and over and over again. It like, I don't know, like, obviously, like, maybe this job just wasn't meant for me, but I feel like it would be like this in like most jobs, where it's just the fucking repetitiveness of it just fucking killed me, and it just made it like almost unbearable. If I felt like Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill over and over again, like I finally, I related to Sisyphus. Like he was literally me for real, on God, no cap, on Gat, on Ohio, just fucking having that boulder roll down and fucking crush my balls. Like that's just how it fucking felt. Like, I'm sorry, like that's just how it felt. And what else was bad about it? During the whole time you're there, because it's so mind numbing, like all your mind, like I guess inevitably begins to dissociate, and all I could think of was, the things that I could be doing while not working a job. Like people say that watching anime or playing video games or all these other things are a waste of time, but I honestly strongly beg to differ, because at least when doing those things, I'm experiencing another person's creation. I'm experiencing, the culmination of probably what is like an entire creative team's, decisions. It might be even shit sometimes, but at least, there's that, right? Like, your mind can be expanded, or, you might learn new things when like engaging with like a really interesting piece of literature or art. Whereas working that job, like it was just the same thing over and over again. And I don't know exactly what I got out of it, except for like, just feeling tortured. And as far as like people arguing that it's supposed to like build work ethic and teach you to do things, that you don't want to do. It's not like I wasn't doing that already while I was neat with like guitar and shit, but it just felt like this particular thing, even if it was doing that for me, I just, this particular job, like, and probably a lot of jobs out there for me in particular, like it just probably like, where it was a situation where the cons outweigh the pros, where whatever work ethic was being built in me could not just offset just the sheer like psychological pain that I was feeling. Yeah, it got to the point where like I would, because I wasn't allowed to even wear earbuds, because part of my duties was that I would be sometimes expected to go out into the dining area and like serve people sometimes, not all, like pretty rarely, but it did happen, or like communicate with team members. So yeah, I was just sitting there and doing the same shit over and over again, and all I could think of was like I would sometimes like latch on to like an anime like opening that I found catchy, and I would just loop that in my head over and over again. And yeah, there's that. And I think one thing that's supposed to make these types of jobs bearable is obviously like the social aspect of it, of communicating with your coworkers and stuff. And my coworkers, well, we're all women, so some of you guys probably like, oh yo, like that you hit the jackpot, bro, like just get a girlfriend. But the thing is that like in terms of like age like bracket, like not that I would go to a job to like get a fucking girlfriend anyway, because one, like I tend to get like very hyper focused on things, so it's like impossible for me to like do certain tasks. Like I literally have like insane trouble multitasking, so like most of the time it was just me there doing my shit and being like literally unable to like socialize with people due to the fact that like I just can't multitask at all. Not only that, but yeah, they were all like outside of my age range, either like too old or too young. And like obviously like I can't relate to fucking like high schoolers, right? Plus that's obviously like fucking weird for me to like go out of my way to like talk to fucking high schoolers. And like the old people, it's like, yeah, it's like they're talking about their stuff, and I literally just can't relate. Plus like there's a whole like gender divide too, right? So it's like, and they're like super like giga normie. So, it's like, how am I supposed to talk about like my favorite anime with people who probably like look down on anime, or their only exposure to anime is fucking like the most like turbo normie, like Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they're talking about like, oh, this coworker got pregnant the other day, blah 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 blah. How's the pregnancy going? Like, I don't like. I'm a fucking like, I'm functionally. I'm not saying I'm autistic, but I'm functionally autist. Okay, like I'm an artist. I have artism. I'm fucking. I don't know what to. I don't know how to contribute to those conversations. Like, and I don't even know this person, so it's like, unless like I know you and like you're like my friend, you're like my homie, it's hard for me to like really feign interest. I know it's like a social skills deficit, but that's just how it is, and it's like, so it's not like I like ignore them. Like obviously if they talk to me, I would try to like you know reciprocate, show interest. I would exchange like pleasantries with all of them and everything. I was polite, I know like I'm capable of doing the bare minimum to like LARP as a normie and be at least somewhat cordial, but then at the same time, like I probably just seem disinterested, partly because, well, to be frank, I was, right, just in the same way like I wouldn't expect them to be interested in the weird shit that I'm interested in. And also at the same time, like just the sheer fact that I can't fucking like, like I said before, I can't multitask at all. I can't, when I'm doing something, I have to focus in it, especially for this particular job, because obviously like money is on the line whenever I fuck up a food item, right? Like even though I'm not getting charged for it, like I'm not out here to, I'm not out here to like fucking bankrupt my cousin or like go out of my way to like be fucking lazy, right? Like I actually did put a lot of effort into this fucking job. Like I showed up every day on time. I never missed a single day of work, and I was never late a single time. In fact, I even stayed overtime like a couple of times just to like help out, like clean the shop during closing. So like, yeah, I actually did give it my all. As much as like, as much of a lazy fuck I inherently am deep on the inside, it's like, yeah, like I actually tried really fucking hard, and yet it just felt bad. And over the course of working, like I guess a lot of people who work jobs that they don't like, which is a lot of people, obviously, like according to the poll data from like, I don't know, before at least, probably the same applies to now. Like most people hate their jobs, right? Like you just have this mental darkness slowly like build up inside of you, where it's like the psychological damage that you get from doing something against your will just slowly builds up inside of you, and it slowly chips away with you and takes its toll on you. And over time working there, I start to notice myself feeling more and more bitter, more and more jaded for no reason. Whereas before, I feel like I was like a generally positive, like pretty like happy-go-lucky guy, but all of a sudden a lot of things that used to not bother me really started to bother me a lot, just for the sheer fact that I think the cumulative stress was sort of like chipping away at whatever little, like emotional like management resources that I had within me. And yeah, this sinking feeling of being stuck in a rut just kept growing. Like I just felt trapped. I felt like my freedom, was being taken away from me. And I also started to lament just how much I took for granted being a NEET, because it made me realize that, wow, like as a NEET, right? Let's say you have a bad day, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you just feel lethargic. Well, guess what? It's within your NEET rights to basically just lie in bed, stare at the ceiling, stare at a wall, just chill out for a bit, like just relax, basically take it easy until, you feel a lot better. Sometimes it's like that forever for some people, but for others, like, like chilling out definitely helps. So, but as a wagey, no matter how shit you feel, you have to show up to work. Otherwise, you're just fucked, right? And I especially feel for those who have to do this for a living, because I don't, will it build strength? Maybe, but I disagree, man. Like, because, well, I'll get into this next point, which is that as this mental darkness kept growing inside me, like my habits started to deteriorate, my diet became shit. I just started, eating more and more slop because I was, too lazy to like cook anything. Um, you know, Liquor store was pretty nearby my place. Canadian liquor store. Shout out to LCBO. Please sponsor my vid. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like because it was so nearby, I would oftentimes like go like buy like a case of fucking beers or some wine or some liquor, and that would just be my way of coping, because honestly, like that was literally the only thing that would make me feel anything, just because the sheer stress of the job honestly caused me a lot of like anhedonia, where like a lot of the things that I used to enjoy, like for example, like playing video games after work now, because I was just so mentally exhausted from doing the same fucking thing over and over again for 8 hours for like, for like such a long fucking time. Like all of a sudden I'm playing video and trying to play video games, and I can't even fucking enjoy them anymore. I can't enjoy anime. Like a lot of people talk about them causing anhedonia, but for me, honestly, like working a job caused me to feel what it was like having like true, genuine, like just chronic anhedonia for like the first time in my life, that it just wouldn't go away. And it honestly like made me question like what I was even like doing all this shit for. Like why was I subjecting myself to this pain for? Like was it to feel the sense of independence? It's not like I still didn't feel any pride about that, because obviously it does feel good, but it's just more so the fact that the sheer like torture of the job, all the cons of the job just started to outweigh any of the little benefits that still were there, which is mostly me just being independent and earning my own money. And not only that, but I had to live, relatively frugally, because, obviously like rent was fucking crazy. I wasn't earning that much money, and yeah, so overall it just devolved and became harder and harder for me to like, enjoy that lifestyle. And like on top of like all like the psychological stress from working a job, also like it started to like really take its toll on my body, where like my joints would start to hurt, especially like my knees, especially because I was constantly like standing up in the same position, pretty much like in one spot doing the same thing over and over again. Like I was also like hunched over because I guess like the work table was pretty low relative to me. I guess I am like kind of tall relative to other people, and the workplace was mostly for like women, so like everything was like pretty low. I had to like prop stuff up just so like my workstation items would be like higher. Like I would stack like boxes sometimes, just so like I wouldn't have to like be hunched all the way down while like making food items. And not only that, my feet hurt because, well, standing up for 8 hours a day is obviously not very good for like the health of your feet, especially like when you're not walking. Like walking for long periods of time is one thing, but when you're stuck in like the same specific spot for like several hours doing the same thing over and over again, then like a lot of pressure starts to be put on like your different joints and muscles. So I developed a lot of soreness in my feet, some like sharp pains. Thankfully my back didn't get any worse. In fact, I guess it healed over time. So that's definitely like, thankfully, because if that happened, like it would have just been like sheer, just like insane levels of torture for me already, on top of like everything that I was going through like mentally. And yeah, like my neck got sore sometimes from like being constantly hunched over. My shoulders got pretty tight. Sometimes if I was lifting something wrong with my hand. Like I'd tweak my wrist a little bit, like the wrist that I fucking like hurt during like my kickboxing accident last year. And yeah, and honestly, like the physical toll was just, icing on the cake as far as like my suffering goes. And, overall, one thing I sort of realized was that before, I used to take great pride in the fact that, I wasn't an alcoholic as a need. I wasn't overweight. And I always just thought to myself wrongly that, all these people, potentially just don't have self-control, or maybe I'm lucky, or, it's genetics. But I also, having this experience, like made me realize that a lot of like the woes people have in their personal lives are probably honestly like a reaction to like having to be basically stuck in the same place doing something almost against the will. Like obviously it's I'm not saying it's slavery in like the literal definition of the word, just because there is like a contractual agreement between the employee and the employer. Obviously you can leave at any time, although there is the argument to be made that a lot of people don't have that option if they want to survive. But the point is that regardless of whether you're forced to or not, just the fact that subjecting yourself to that sort of like environment, even by your own volition, I do think causes, a great deal of stress, which people often displace in unhealthy ways. Not that they couldn't do so in a healthier way in an ideal world, but obviously human beings are flawed, and a lot of like environmental, I guess, forces compel people to act in very unhealthy ways. So like it made sense to me why a lot of people out there are alcoholics, they're addicts, they're addicted to fucking porn, to gambling, to drugs, to all these different vices that are not necessarily good. And I think a part of it is it's just a reaction to having to work your typical 9 to 5 wage slave job. And I know there's going to be people out there saying that Compy, you're just exaggerating things, that it wasn't actually that bad. Your mindset was just negative. And they're not going to believe the fact that I came to this with like a really positive mindset, that I wanted to like things. Like I really put my all into it. People are going to probably doubt that. And, that's fair. Like I don't exactly have the best track record in life, and I can understand that completely. But at the same time, I've never shamed people for, finding fulfillment out of work. Like if that's something you enjoy, then, more power to you. Like at the end of the day, like all I really want for people is to live life in a way that's authentic to them. And, that makes them happy. If being neat, just made you fucking suffer, you felt every day was the same, like every day was just pure drudgery and boredom and suffering and like existential dread, and getting a job gave you some sort of purpose that sort of lifted you out of like your negative emotions, then I'm happy for you, honestly. But at the same time, like don't obviously like, well, you can't really expect shit from people from the internet. Like I'm well aware of that, but like like there's like 8 billion, 9 billion people on this planet, and there's an infinite amount of genetic variation with how like meiosis fucking works, and how like the different things like swap the different what are they called, base pairs, whenever like your eggs and your fucking sperm are being made. So given that being the case, like chances are there are going to be people who don't fit in, who don't enjoy the drudgery of doing the same thing over and over again, of working a quote unquote traditional job. I'm like, people will probably like misconstrue what I'm saying as, me like advocating for, just not doing anything at all. Like if that's what you want to do, like go for it. Like if that's what genuinely makes you happy, go for it. Like, but at the same time, like, yeah, I think for me personally, this experience just showed me that in order for me to find some fulfillment in my life, I need to have like some sense of freedom, even if it is an illusion at the end of the day. And I just feel like working a traditional 9 to 5, especially one in the food industry, like there might be another job in the future that I might find more bearable, that pays better if I actually manage to get off my ass and like do something about, education or whatever. And, you know, maybe I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, but I'm just saying this current experience definitely was not up to my liking. So anyways, that pretty much sums up the third arc of this video. And I guess, you know, I'm probably gonna call it the, I don't know, the wage slave arc or something. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head to like the end of the video now. All right, guys. So in conclusion, I ended up getting a job around like May of last year. Initially, I really liked it when everything was new. As time went on, I started to like it less and less. I got a retail job and then switched back to a kitchen job. And that's when I realized, you know, working a traditional 9 to 5 is probably not for me. If you're an 8 watching this, I hope that this might have given you a sort of like window into what it's like living on the other side, and maybe giving you an idea of, you know, whether the grass is greener or not, whether you might actually like working a job or not. I know that there are needs out there who it has benefited them in some way, but their circumstances and their personality traits are probably like wildly different from mine, because at the end of the day, we're all individuals. But I hope my perspective might have helped you out somehow at least, or if anything, you found this video interesting, or it made you laugh somehow, even if it is, you know, just finding me like a lol cow, which is fair. But anyways, yeah, this is Company Night signing out, and peace.